Cleveland don't got a receiving core like that?
Josh Gordon, Joshua Cribbs, Greg Little. These guys don't scare me.
Paul Warfield.
I mean,
oh man.
But I expect the Baltimore Ravens offense to be the one. I want to see that running game pick up. I want to see
Ray Rice. Yeah, get Ray Rice back out.
Braylon Edwards.
Let Torrey Smith. Let him loose again.
I mean, if they can get those guys loose, then they'll win this game. I think it's going to be a close one, though. You have a Browns defense that's better than a lot of people give them credit for being. I got Ravens winning really close, 14-13.
14-13.
This game will be a bloodletting. There will be nothing but blood left on the field.
Mm-hmm.
Typical, like I call them AFC Central. They're the North. They're the North now, but
right.
AFC Central game, knocking heads. Baltimore 16, Cleveland 13.
I'm gonna say Baltimore 10, Cleveland 6, 2 field goals. Cleveland's not even getting in the end zone. They get close. They'll smell it. You know, like so many of us men, they'll smell it, but they're not getting in there. So I'm gonna say 10-6. Oh, you've been there, Finny. Try to front on there. Just because you're swagger, Finny cool.
Finny cool.
Got the Ray Bans on.
Shade man.
Right. He looked like he just had a LASIK surgery. Bright lights hurt his eyes. He got the orange lenses in. But anyways, I'm digressing. Next up, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at 3-4 head out to Oakland to play the Raiders, also at 3-4. Raider Nation, stand up. What's going on, man?
This is going to be an interesting game. You have two of the better run defenses in the NFL. You know, against two run-heavy teams. It's all going to be on the quarterbacks, and I always pick against Carson Palmer. So I got the Tampa Bay.
And how'd that work out for you last week?
Well, I actually picked for Carson Palmer. I mean, the Chiefs, they trash. I mean, like I said last week, I never thought I'd pick Carson Palmer, but that was what he was doing. But this week, I don't think he had the same success.
Even at home?
Even at home, man. I think that the Buccaneers, man, top 10 run defense. Darren McFadden is not going to be able to get started like he wants to.
Well, it's about time Gerald McCoy paid off. Shit.
Well, yeah, and then you have the fact that Hayward Band and Darius Moore is going to be on those guys, and I don't think they'll be able to handle it. I think Vincent Jackson has a big game.
He's slow.
Mike Williams, he's slow as shit. Mike Williams has a good game. Doug Martin surprised some people with some catches out of the backfield.
Okay.
He's going to be on the receiving and the quarterback on this game. I got the Buccaneers winning, very close game, 2016.
Buccaneers 2016. What about you, Lou?
Yeah, I like Tampa Bay in this game. I don't think Oakland's gonna be able to have much offense. I think the entire Oakland offense is gonna consist of Janikowski kicking the ball.
Oh, Seabass
through the uprights. He's gonna,
kick his ass, Seabass.
You know, he'll get more date rape drugs and he'll come in and kick about 3 field goals.
I mean, he's a kicker. Who cares what he does?
It's about that time.
You know, if he has to use a date rape drug to get some pussy, let him be.
It's about that time in the
it's
show.
not like he's gonna get any pussy.
This is typical fashion, folks. This is what we do. Real talk sports, baby. Either you hate it or you love it, and I guarantee you most of you love it. You're looking at that pill bottle in your cabinet like, yeah.
Tampa Bay 24, Oakland 9. Janikowski gets laid, but Tampa Bay will prevail in the end.
Janikowski be on the sideline drinking vodka.
I'm gonna take one from my division, and I'm gonna give it to Oakland in overtime, 17-14. Darren McFadden says fuck everybody and runs for like $1.95.
Woo! I hope he does. He's on my fantasy team.
Are you still playing?
Oh yeah, man.
You haven't been saying much. I think you mean.
Hey man, I'm 5-3 in my fantasy league.
Okay.
I'm 4th in my league.
Okay.
Well, probably 3rd now. So I'm getting ready for the playoffs, baby.
Okay. All right. Well, that's what's up. I guess
he needs to enjoy himself since basketball.
Since basketball about to start,
and he's gonna fall apart.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Basketball.
Hey, don't forget I am the Hoopers Cup reigning champ.
The Hoopers. Okay. Cool. Y'all heard that, Bombers, didn't you? All right, let's do it. Next up on the slate, I was about to say the Minnesota Timberwolves. The Minnesota Vikings. Y'all got me fucked up right now.
Yeah.
The Minnesota Vikings, 5-3, head out to Seattle where they're pissed because they just lost a close one to the Lions at 4-4.
Seattle, man, pissed. They're at home. Enough said. Seattle wins this one.
Quick.
Yeah, I mean, Seattle looks so good at home. It's impossible with the 12th man.
Yeah.
Minnesota, I think they'll do a solid job, but I got Seattle winning. It'll be a close game. I think Adrian Peterson still has 100 yards. Marshawn Lynch also has 100 yards. We're going to see a Percy Harvin touchdown only because he's on my fantasy team. Seattle wins 21-10.
I got Seattle winning at home. I think Ponder's problems are going to continue. Seattle's defense is going to wake up, and they're gonna grind it out. 16-10 Seattle.
I got Seattle 24-14. I think Ponder's gonna get knocked out of the game. I think that pass rush, Clemens, Bruce Irvin, they're gonna wake up and they're gonna look for heads. And I don't think Ponder's got the feet to escape.
Are they going to bring back the old quarterback, Jackson?
Tavares? Where is he at?
Bring him back? I mean, I thought he was on Seattle, but...
Was he? He was.
He lost the job.
But he was behind Matt Flynn. So they just got a line of
Minnesota.
players.
Minnesota might make the call over to the Seattle
sideline. On the sideline.
Asking for
hey, man, you know we still got your uniform, right?
Yeah, Coach. Yeah.
Hey, who is this? Yeah.
It's like you with your jersey.
He went there.
See him?
Blow.
It's cool.
We bring back that jersey, right, Baker?
We still, yes, Coach. I still got my jersey. Fuck that. I was tractor trailer, baby. 54. Next up on the slate, the Pittsburgh Steelers at 4-3 head out to play the Giants at 6-2 in New York. This is gonna be a great game.
Excellent game. I think we finally see a Pittsburgh Steelers team that's ready to take center stage in the AFC. The Giants have had 2 weeks where they have basically limped their way to W.
Limped their way through. And then Pittsburgh started out slow, and now they're starting to pick up.
I mean, I'm looking at that defense, man, and I find it very hard for anybody to stop them.
When they're healthy.
Yeah, when they're healthy.
Put that in front of there.
Hopefully there's no injuries, God forbid, but I think that Ben Roethlisberger's gotten to a stride with his receivers.
He always plays well. He's one of the most underrated quarterbacks in the league.
And even though that the Giants' defensive line, they'll probably get pressure, he's one of the better quarterbacks when he's facing his pressure, when he's moving around. So I don't think that's what they want to do. If they do have it moving around in the pocket, you'll see Ben Roethlisberger, burning the Giants. I got the Pittsburgh
Steelers. They got stuff for that.
Oh man, I mean Ben Roethlisberger already had to probably take the medication.
He keeps that on.
He's been through it.
He keeps that on him.
But I got the Mike Tomlin-led Steelers winning this one. Close game, 17-14.
But this is going to be a barn burner. 2 playoff teams, Giants at home. Giants win 28-27.
Woo! 1 point.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say New York Football Giants because I like Eli, even though he disappointed me last week. 31-24 Giants.
Yeah, it's gonna be a classic game, I think.
Yeah, it's gonna be very.
I think that this Pittsburgh's defense, man, they've been playing one of the best defenses in the league so far. I don't think that they're gonna allow Eli Manning to get comfortable. I mean, he's thrown a lot of picks. We're probably gonna see more picks this week.
But that secondary is not great.
It's not. But neither is it in New York.
No. But I take New York secondary over Pittsburgh.
Not the way they played last week against those RG3-led Redskins. They did better than the Giants did against RG3. Hey, much better.
Both of them won. So yeah, good times. And finally, my Falcons have got the Sunday night 8:20 game. The Falcons at 7-0. Welcome the Dallas Cowboys at 3-4 to the Georgia Dome. Don't take such a long breath. Let it wash over you. Drink the Kool-Aid, man.
I gotta give the Falcons the benefit of the doubt here, man. I mean, I really saw good things from the Dallas Cowboys last week, but I like their defense in Dallas. I love DeMarcus Ware. Yeah. I'm loving Des Bryant.
Jay Ratliff, he came back.
All these guys have been playing very well, but I just don't see anybody stopping that Falcons receiver core.
Did you guys hear that?
Julio Jones.
Did y'all hear that?
Roddy White, Tony Gonzalez.
I just want to make sure somebody heard that.
I mean, it's going to be really hard. I don't think the Cowboys have it. I think this isn't the week.
What you say?
This ain't the week the Falcons are going to lose.
He took the glasses off.
He took the glasses off.
Vinny cool, baby.
Falcons win it 28-14.
28-14. Okay, Lou.
Dallas. Okay, the Falcons are looking to make a statement. They want to state that they're the best team in the NFC, which with the Bears and with the 49ers and the Giants around, you better make your case.
Make your statement. Yeah.
Make your statement. I've contended all through the year that Atlanta was going to go 11-0 and they were going to lose their first game, 12th game against at Tampa Bay. So they're going to keep rolling along. I think Atlanta's going to beat Dallas at the Georgia Dome 34-21.
34-21. Well, yeah, I definitely got high hopes for my Falcons. I like what we're doing. We had a minor injury to Sean Witherspoon last game with an ankle injury, but he'll be back for the Monday. He's not missing that game.
No.
So
he has an extra day.
Yeah, I think Michael Turner is going to show up this week. I think, the Falcons, what I like is they've been playing with balance. You know, 1 week the receivers go off, the next week the running game picks up the slack. So I think this week Michael Turner is going to get back in the mix. He's going to rush for over 100 yards. I think it'll flip-flop. I think it'll be Roddy this week. I think Roddy's going to be the X factor because, you know, every week it seems like team key on the opposite when they double one or the other. So I think this week, because of the game Julio had last week, they're going to double up on Julio.
I think that Dallas, despite the arduous task they have of stopping these receivers, I think that we're going to see Matt Ryan hit the ground.
You think so?
A lot. I mean, you talk about DeMarcus Ware.
Yeah.
One of the best passers in the league.
I am concerned. I am concerned.
I really want to see how that offensive line tries to stop him from hitting Matt Ryan.
And shout out to Sam Baker. He's been doing everything I didn't think he could. He's been playing well. I've been riding him because for him to have the upside that he supposedly has, up until this point, he hasn't really shown me what I need to see. But he's played well this season. So shout out to you, Sam, for keeping your starting job.
One more little tidbit. Up to this point, I don't think the Falcons have played a defense that is better than the Dallas Cowboys.
Right.
I mean, there's nobody. Maybe the only other team that's maybe closest to Denver Broncos.
Yeah.
The Dallas Cowboys are a way better defense than
Absolutely.
the Eagles, than the Panthers.
Remember, the Eagles were the first team with a winning record that the Falcons had faced this year.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's why I'm saying statements.
Yeah.
Now you got to play against the better teams.
Yeah.
You've already beaten the teams you're supposed to beat. Now beat the teams that you want to beat.
Right. I agree.
It'll be really interesting because I don't think the Falcons have truly been tested. Their real tests are going to come in the later part of the season. But all this doesn't matter. We're waiting on that playoff win.
Yeah, you're right. I got the Falcons 38. Dallas 21. 38-21. Dallas scored a couple times, but not enough to keep up with the horses. And our last game on the slate, our Monday night game, the in flux Philadelphia Eagles at 3-4 head out to play just a team just as bad as shape, the New Orleans Saints. At oh man, are they really 2-5?
The New Orleans Saints, yeah.
It doesn't even. I gotta ask myself, like, are the Saints really 2-5?
I mean, the Eagles are out here begging for a win. I mean, they're doing whatever it takes. I mean, they sucking dick. They that W. They doing whatever.
Why does I have to come to the dick?
Really? Yeah, man. Damn.
I mean, Michael Vick is at the end of his rope of his career as an Eagle.
Yeah. But
I also think that Andy Reid is also at the end of his tenure as a coach. This team is basically in need of restructuring. Despite all that, though, I think they win this game. New Orleans Saints defense has been playing piss poor. Drew Brees, no doubtably being the best quarterback, but he needs help, and he's not getting it with his defense or the receivers he has right now. I got the Eagles winning. Michael Vick will fumble the ball twice, throw 2 picks, but he will score 3 touchdowns, 1 on the run. Sean McCoy also going to score a touchdown. High-scoring game. Eagles 34, Saints 20.
I think Vic is gonna have a flashback to when he was playing for the Falcons, and he's gonna have a big game. I think he's gonna go back to New Orleans and just play well against that defense. You know, that's not a real stretch. So
No.
I'm saying Philly 21, New Orleans 16.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a somewhat of a close game because that's to the New Orleans strength. They score. They just can't stop anybody. So I think it's going to be 28-21 Philly, definitely, because Philly's defense actually looks good. And, you know, the Saints got Vilma back. They got Lofton. They got Hawthorne. They have run defenders. So I think it'll be difficult, you know, for Philly to run on them, but they won't have to. I think this is when you see Deshaun Jackson and Macklin come to play ball. So yeah, 28-21, Philly. And that's gonna round off our NFL, man. I don't think it's too much going on. People weren't too excited about Tagliabue hearing the appeals for the Saints.
I mean, it is what it is. I mean, these Saints players need to get over it. They're gonna get fined. They're gonna get suspended. All right, this bounty thing came out. All right, I still have yet to see any proof.
They're not gonna get suspended until after they retire.
Well, I'm waiting to see the proof still. I'm still waiting to see the proof.
It won't ever show. It won't ever. It just want to be one of those things that are just kind of fading to the sunset. So yeah, that's NFL. We did a decent job. We had 77 minutes.
Oh baby.
So we still ahead of the curve technically for us, and we don't have too much more to cover. Unfortunately, next up we're going to cover MLB, World Series champion. 2 out of the last 3 years, San Francisco Giants. Shout out.
Congratulations to the San Francisco Giants, World Series MVP, the great Panda, Pablo Sandoval. Winning it big, man. I mean, last night was a great game. Detroit got a lead. You know, that's what the fans were expecting over there in Detroit. They were excited. They were pumped. But the Giants came right back and shut them up. Sergio Romo getting the final out against the Triple Crown winner, Miguel Cabrera, to seal it.
This is hard to drink. It's like, you know, when you buy that drink and you've been drinking all night, you don't realize how drunk you are. You take that first sip and you're like, I can't finish this shit. That's how I feel right now. The Giants, I have to say, they just beat my Tigers' ass. They swept them 4-0, shout out. I didn't like it. It was ugly. The pitching was phenomenal for the Giants. The Tigers, it just took them too long to get started. Took them too long to get out the gate.
They never really got started.
Right, I mean, that's what I'm saying. Even when you thought they were getting a little momentum, when they hit the home run, when Miguel hit that first home run, I'm like, okay, cool, we're getting back in it. No,
it's just Fielder only got one hit, I think.
Fielder looked bad.
The entire series.
Well, not only that, man. I mean, the first game, they come in, first game of the series, man, and they send out their best pitcher, Justin Verlander, and he gets smashed.
He gets scorched
by Pablo Sandoval, and I think that basically sums up the whole series.
3 home runs.
I mean, after that Verlander pitching outing, their other pitchers had no chance. None of their pitchers were better than any of the Giants pitchers.
Well, do you remember wasn't it last year? Didn't the Thunder win their finals?
Yeah,
like get to the finals really early, and they had time to rest.
Their rest.
You know what I'm saying?
6 days.
And this time the Tigers had like 5 days rest.
They had 6 days.
Or 6 days, and first game they came out flat.
Yeah. And
they never recovered from it. I think that long layoff absolutely destroys playoff teams, man.
They said 5 of the 6 last World Series winners were teams that didn't have the layoff.
The layoff.
They were talking about how the layoff, you can't really measure it, but it's something to be said, man. They were saying most of the teams that had that layoff lose.
Yes.
And I've experienced that. Even with my Falcons 2 years ago, when we had the bye week, the first round of the playoffs.
Right.
Man, we came in and got the shit beat out of us by the Packers. You know what I mean? But the Packers at that point were rolling. They had started, Aaron Rodgers started hitting and they started beating everybody. Atlanta couldn't even get out the gate.
Right.
So it's just, I don't know, man. I think that layoff thing is something to be looked into because Detroit, they didn't.
But isn't that what you play for? You play for the layoff.
You do.
And you play for the hope for the advance.
But how do you stay prepared those days that you're off?
That's a good question.
How do you stay prepared?
How do you stay sharp?
But baseball to me is different. I mean, you have a league where it's 162 games. Guys at the end of the season need their rest. I think that the Tigers got the rest they needed, but you know the pitching I thought was fine for the Tigers, but it took a lot of guys, took them off their hitting.
Yeah, nobody was hitting.
Nobody was hitting. Austin Jackson made it to base, but once he made it on base, I mean
that was it.
The Tigers had nobody to bring him in.
Nope.
Johnny Peralta.
They could pitch around Cabrera because Fielder wasn't hitting.
Peralta wasn't hitting. Gerald Laird wasn't hitting. A lot of guys weren't hitting for the Tigers, and it just showed that. And once you get a good pitching team like the San Francisco Giants, Matt Cain, wonderful performance. Has Lincecum played already? Lincecum has played already?
Yeah, he came in and he came out of the bullpen.
He came out of the bullpen and did work.
Yeah.
Well, that's really interesting. I'm really happy for that Giants team. I mean, they're showing that a small market team, well, not really small market, but a small payroll team.
Yeah, nobody expected them to do this.
Nobody, a month ago, had no idea that the Giants would.
No, absolutely not. If you did, you're lying.
But you know what? They're originally from New York.
Oh,
and that's really the story.
Get over it.
That's really the story.
It's really typical.
When you have New York origins, you got winner all over you, man. New York Giants, Polo Grounds, baby.
It's typical that the Giants win orange and black team, and it's just about Halloween time.
Yeah.
You notice the two teams that have the most World Series wins were right across the river from each other.
Okay.
Yankee Stadium on one side and the Polo Grounds on the other.
Man, this guy needs to stop living in the 60s.
New York City.
Well, either way, shout out to you, San Francisco Giants. I'll give credit where credit is due. You know what I mean? You had to beat my Tigers, but shit, you deserved it.
I had the Tigers winning the World Series for my preseason prediction. I was close, but no dice.
Yeah, you
Tigers
close.
really disappointed me.
Yeah,
my Mets prediction didn't work out very well. We'll see what happens next year.
Don't talk to me about Mets. I mean, let's focus on basketball, please.
R.A. Dickey. All right, we need that Cy Young to come home.
All right, and with that, we have to move on.
Yes,
We have to move on and get Vinny in more of a comfort zone. We're going to glaze across the NBA. Vinny, tell us about the biggest news coming out of the NBA this week.
Huge news. Thunder Rockets. Big time trade. Blockbuster trade. You got the Thunder trading away James Harden.
James Harden, 6th man of the year.
6th man of the year, James Harden. Backup shooting guard, DeQuan Cook. Backup center, Cole Aldridge. And backup small forward, Lazar Hayward. Sending them over to the Houston Rockets. Houston Rockets ships back Kevin Martin, shooting guard, 3-point shooter. Jeremy Lamb, rookie from UConn.
Rookie.
A 2nd round pick and 2 first-round picks.
Quite a package for the Thunder.
It's a lot, man.
The joke of the night to me, and I think it's actually very true, is that the Thunder got more for Harden than the Magic got for Dwight Howard.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what it's looking like.
That is what it's looking like. Those 2 first-round picks can pay dividends down the road.
I have very strong feelings about this trade. I have a problem with it. I have a very big problem with it.
What problem you got?
I don't have a problem with trading Harden because, yes, I understand there was contractual issues. Harden
wanted that max
He wanted to get that
contract.
max contract. I understand that.
They offered him 4 years, $55 million. He said no.
He wanted 60.
Okay. Give him the $5 million.
Well, he wanted 40. His beard wanted 20.
But this whole trade gets me, it rubs me the wrong way. All right, you have a team in the Oklahoma City Thunder who are a step away from winning the NBA Finals.
Absolutely.
A couple games away from winning a championship, getting a ring. And it just seems like you had a team that was poised to make a step forward, and they took 2 steps back. They still, I look at what the other teams have done. Look at the other top teams in the NBA.
Yeah.
The Clippers, they've upgraded, getting Jamal Crawford, getting Grant Hill, getting those guys.
Lamar Odom.
Look at the Lakers, upgrade, Dwight Howard, Steve Nash. The Miami Heat, upgraded, Ray Allen, Rashard Lewis.
Right.
Oklahoma City Thunder have stood pat. They've actually downgraded. They basically closed the door, allowing them to reach the NBA Finals, and basically have given up, and they're looking to the future, which I find to be disgraceful. You're a team that was just at the door of the NBA Finals. How dare you just give up?
They expected more out of KD and Westbrook.
They made a trade for a player that they did not need. I like the Jeremy Lamb pickup. I don't like giving up Cole Aldridge. Who do they have to stop Dwight Howard?
Yeah.
You're in the
That
Western
Cole Aldridge
Conference.
is gonna be big.
The only way you're gonna get back to the finals is you gotta get through them damn Lakers.
Yeah.
And what have you done to get better to defeat the Lakers? You get Kevin Martin and Jeremy Lamb, who I don't think either one can play a lick.
Jeremy Lin.
I don't think either one can play a lick of defense. I don't think they can shut down
You
anybody.
play defense on, well, no.
On who?
No, never mind.
On who?
Never mind. Never mind.
I think Meta World Peace can cross these guys up.
Ah.
And Meta World Peace can barely dribble. We have a situation in Oklahoma City Thunder where this front office made, in my opinion, a terrible decision. They've done it before. They went and got Kendrick Perkins, a guy who they had to sell to the city. I didn't like that trade before. We traded Jeff Green for Kendrick Perkins.
Yeah.
I think Jeff Green's going to come back this year and show a lot of people up.
Absolutely.
Shut a lot of people
Out
up.
in Boston.
Out in Boston. Kendrick Perkins has not paid off. This is another trade where they basically force feeding the city this crap about how Kevin Martin and Jeremy Lamb is going to help them stay contenders in the Western Conference.
Well, they're going to give him scoring.
They're not a contender. We had an NBA preview earlier this year, and I said the Thunder were top. We're probably the number 2 team. I'm dropping them down all the way to number 5 now.
You dropping them down to 5?
Dropping them down to 5.
I wouldn't go that far.
I'm going that far because I still don't see how they stop on the defense.
They have Kevin Durant and Westbrook.
I still don't see any defense. Any defense. Only defensive presence I see is Serge Ibaka, and Serge Ibaka cannot do it by himself.
Yeah.
All right, I think that's what they're banking on, and I think that Serge Ibaka is going to feel the pressures of being the number one big man in the
Well, I got Collison still. Wow.
Enough said.
That was a huge trade, but I don't know, Vinny. I'm not as bitter as you with it. I don't think they lose that much. I understand definitely what Harden meant to that team, but in the collection of players that they're going to receive back, they can accommodate, and they're just going to it's going to have to take a bigger role on your stars. KD has to step up. I mean, he has won the scoring title before.
I mean, it's not a question of scoring.
You talking about defense? I'm
not talking about scoring. I still think they're going to score the same way they've always scored.
You're talking about defense.
It's all about defense. When you get into the playoffs and you're facing these big time teams, the Clippers, the Spurs.
Well, how is Jeremy Lamb
Lakers.
Defensively? I haven't checked him out.
Jeremy Lamb ain't shit on defense. I don't think he plays defense.
Okay.
All right, he's one of those players that when somebody drops to the hoop, all right, they're running behind the basket.
Matador, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, Kevin Martin, all right, injury issues, all this.
Yeah.
They didn't get a defensive presence. Kendrick Perkins and Serge Ibaka are not going to stop Pau Gasol and Dwight Howard. All these teams all I'm saying is all these teams have upgraded, and Oklahoma City Thunder has stood pat.
But nobody on the Lakers can guard KD or Westbrook.
Dwight Howard can.
No.
So
he won't get the opportunity.
So Westbrook's going to go to the hole? No,
he's not. He doesn't need to.
Yeah, but you got a team.
He can shoot a 15-footer and neutralize Dwight Howard.
Who's going to stop the Lakers though? Who's going to stop Dwight Howard? Who's going to stop Pau Gasol?
Give up those points.
You got to give up those points, see, but that's not a winning mentality. That's not going to
help. Yes, it is if you outscore. You got to go Phoenix Suns.
All right, first of all, no team.
You got to go Phoenix, baby.
No team has ever won shooting the ball the whole game.
No.
How did Miami Heat win? Went to the basket.
Absolutely.
How did the Lakers win before that? Take it to the basket. I mean,
it'll be an interesting matchup.
It's just, I find it disgraceful.
What about you, Lou? We haven't heard much from you. What do you think about the whole ordeal?
I can't believe that they gave up that much for Harden. I mean,
Rockets are dumb.
I got to give them credit. They have their own way of thinking, and they follow their own ideas of getting Jeremy Lin the way they did, giving him the money that they gave him.
Uh-huh.
They really believe that he's going to be their franchise point guard.
Rockets are
they really believe that Harden is going to be their franchise scorer now.
Right.
And I'm like, okay, I haven't seen it yet, but show me. I'll be interested to see it because I wouldn't have given up no first rounders or second rounder, all that. I mean, even
Well, let's slow this down because I'm not exactly sure which first rounders. I mean, the Houston Rockets have made some trades and they have a lot of first round picks coming in these years. I don't know if it's their first round picks or if it's somebody else's first round picks.
Right.
I don't know if they're lottery protected or not. These details, I still haven't seen these details. I need to find out more.
That'd be interesting.
I also want to see what else is on the table for James Harden because if there was a chance for you to get a quality big man, I mean, why not even try to go get Omer Asik from the Houston Rockets?
Yeah.
Why not even try to get another big man? I mean, look at the Utah Jazz. Utah Jazz have Al Jefferson. You could try and make a bid for Al Jefferson.
Or
Millsap. I mean, there are a lot of guys in this league that you could have got quality big men, and you still don't have anybody to stop that Lakers front court.
Yeah, go get Samuel Dallenberg.
I mean, it's better than what you have.
Yeah.
Or at least get some depth because after Kendrick Perkins,
it tapers off.
I mean, they don't even have Nazi Muhammad no more.
Nah, he's gone. He's in Chicago, I believe.
Yeah, he's in Chicago.
Yeah.
So I don't know what. Okay, I mean, they'll be a great scoring team. All right, they'll be the Suns. Okay, they'll get to the conference finals and they'll lose. Great job.
Yeah, I think the Thunder. I didn't think the Thunder were going to go back to the finals anyway this year. I feel like the Clippers passed them. I feel like Denver can pass them too.
Okay, wow.
So I think the Nuggets can pass them.
I don't know about the Nuggets. I mean,
if they play.
I've been having an argument all week about the Nuggets. Oh my God, it's ridiculous how many people was on that bandwagon. Had a guy tell me that the Nuggets were the number 3 seed coming out of the West. It's like
number four is their best prospect. Yeah. That's their best.
I got them at 5. Honestly.
Like 5 is reasonable.
I got them at 5, and I know they're a very strong, tough, gritty, fighting type of team. I get that, but still, it's a lot of talent in the West.
But now, how does this affect the prospects of Jeremy Lin and his and how he's supposed to look at Houston Rockets? I mean,
he's not going to be the man. It's going to be Harden's team.
Well, I mean, is Jeremy Lin? I mean, besides Jeremy Lin, I mean, let's look at that point guard position. There really isn't anything. Tony Douglas.
Yeah.
Scotty Machado
Yeah.
from Iona.
Mm.
All right. I look at the shooting guard position. James Harden, of course, and then behind him is DeQuan Cook.
Mm-hmm.
That backcourt is very weak.
Yeah.
It's gonna, and I was looking up some numbers, man, and what we could see in the Houston is a lot of pick and roll with Jeremy Lin and James Harden. I mean, James Harden being he's not the ultimate distributor or the ultimate slasher, but he can get to the basket, no doubt. And
He's going to take on a bigger role. It's going to be interesting to see how he develops in that starting role. Because he's been always coming off the bench.
And he's going to have to have a leadership role with this Houston Rockets team as well.
Oh,
Yeah, a lot of young guys, Terrence Jones, Royce White, these guys are coming up. Omar Ashik is another young guy.
Yeah.
A lot of young guys on this team. This team is devoid of veteran leadership at Houston.
Yeah, no.
And James Harden's going to take the reins.
They got rid of everybody, yeah.
But it looks good for him. He looks like he's going to average like 20-some-odd
Yeah,
points a game.
if he's in your fantasy, you better grab him.
He can make the All-Star team in a couple of years, or
Absolutely.
even this year. But that
Nah, I don't know about this year. Maybe next year.
But that Houston Rockets team is gonna. I mean, they've gotten better. Definitely have gotten better from last time. I just don't see why they had to give up so much for James Harden.
Yeah, it's real life out here. And that's our NBA segment. We don't got much. The start of the NBA season is within the next 2 days.
Well, we did do our Knicks segment.
I mean,
Oh, my
the
God.
basketball season hasn't started yet. But
I can't do you today.
Knicks.
like I said, I'm waiting for the season to start so I can get my Jets heebie-jeebies off.
Get the Jets heebie-jeebies off you. All right, well,
I already took my shower. I'm good.
We're at 93 minutes. We got one more to cover. The one that my friend and I liked the least, NCAA.
I mean, I like NCAA football, but I'm talking about a lot of overrated teams this year. It's just when somebody comes up to me and tells me Kansas State is the number 2 overall team, I mean, I don't know how to take that.
Oh yeah, that's actually the BCS poll. The AP top poll, the top 10. Alabama.
Well, the BCS is the one that matters. So.
Okay, would you rather hear the BCS? All right.
Well, I mean,
with the BCS poll, the top 10. Alabama Crimson Tide, of course, at 1. I don't got no problem. I'll switch it up. We got the information, baby. At 2, Kansas State. At 3, Notre Dame, which is huge. Mike Golick has been on it all day because both his sons play for that team.
Oh, yeah.
So he's amped. Oregon at 4. LSU at 5. Georgia goes up to 6. They beat Florida last week. Florida's at 7. South Carolina at 8. Florida State at 9. And Louisville in the 10th spot.
Before we move on, I want to give a very solemn shout out and get well soon to Marcus Lattimore, running back for South Carolina. Had a very, very bad injury, dislocated his right knee. Looks terrible on film.
Yeah, it does.
Prayers go out to him. He just came back from another injury. We talk about a top flight talent.
He still get drafted high.
I mean, I hope so. I just don't want to see the injuries occur anymore. He's a great player,
Right?
And I don't want to see no more injuries. I want to see him, pan out.
Absolutely.
I'm sorry. If Willis McGahee could come back from
Yeah.
his knee injury, this brother could come back
Willis
from
McGahee's
his
injury was
I mean, yeah, because as bad as it looked, it still didn't look as bad as Willis McGahee.
Right.
To me.
Willis McGahee died on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, and he just had 122 yards this week.
122,
So
yeah.
I mean, I'm not as concerned. I'm praying for him that he comes back and he comes back to what he was before because he's a hell of a running back.
Yeah, he is. He's still gonna be a top prospect. I see worst case scenario he drops to the second round.
Right.
Worst case scenario, but he'll be fine. Yeah, it wasn't.
Hear that, Mike Tannenbaum?
Woo! These Jets are on fire today, baby, and I understand. I really do. But yeah.
No, because I say these players before the damn draft, and then other people, then the Steelers and the Ravens and the Texans and the 49ers draft them, and then they wind up being good.
Yeah.
And then the people are like, oh, well, they're trying their best. Bullshit!
Yeah.
You're not trying your best. Okay, no, what it is you're trying, but you're not getting results out of it.
Yeah. Hey man, that's real.
This is past overdue. I don't see the reason why he's saying these things now. It's a little too late.
No, I'm saying it because Stephen A. Smith called out Mike Tannenbaum this morning, and I called him out like a month and a half ago.
You say I said it first.
I said it first, Stephen A. Listen to the show, brother.
Real talk, baby.
I got some Q-tips for you.
Hey man, and that's what it is. I agree with Lou 1,000%. The Jets have to dress better. They got to get prospects that pay dividends now.
I thought we were done talking about the Jets.
Yeah, you know what? NCAA leads to the NFL. So,
it hurts, man.
You know, that's all that we had in NCAA. My Wolverines lost. Denard Robinson was hurt in the second quarter.
Oh, yeah.
Our freshman quarterback came in, threw 3 interceptions. We lost in Nebraska. Got our ass kicked.
Real tough.
The Georgia Bulldogs beat the Florida Gators. So, win one, I lose one.
I mean, these rankings these last couple of weeks have really had me questioning the validity of this NCAA football that we watch.
It's always questionable.
I mean, no doubt Alabama's number one. I mean, that's without saying.
That's a given, yeah.
But these next teams that come up, the Kansas States, who has Kansas State played this year that would allow them to be number 2 overall? All right, they have played nobody. Who they played? Oklahoma. Oklahoma sucks dick.
Colin Klein, baby.
These teams are not good. And then you have like Notre Dame. Notre Dame has defeated Michigan. I'm sorry, Scott. Michigan.
Damn, why had to be Michigan first?
Michigan is trash.
You couldn't. Damn, we gotta be trash.
Michigan is
We're
trash.
5-3.
Michigan is trash. You go 5-3, all right, and you're supposed to be the best team with the most winningest program ever. All right, get the fuck out of here.
Man.
Don't throw that mantra at me, and then you're 5-3, so I'm not supposed to say shit.
Shit, a whole audience is throwing things at the damn computer.
Listen.
I can't believe this, man. This is when
Notre Dame, Kansas State. Why Florida State is still in contention, even the top 10. I mean, this college football season had me very disappointed. I expected big things from USC. They disappointed me.
Yeah, Matt Barkley. I don't see him being.
I'm not sold on them either. I expected big things from Florida State. They've lost my patronage.
So who do you like? Because you just ripped my damn team. But you don't take a damn position.
I like Alabama.
Who are you? Rice?
I like Alabama.
Syracuse?
Alabama.
Rutgers?
I'm Big East football. I'm Rutgers. Yes, Rutgers.
Rutgers lost to Kent State,
exactly.
man.
Exactly. You want to rip my Wolverines for losing to Nebraska?
Man, I don't bleed red and silver.
I don't want to hear no Rutgers.
I don't bleed red and silver.
Nah, because he got something to say every damn week, and he won't pick one team to stand
okay,
by.
I'll be real. I'll pick Alabama then. You want to pick?
Yeah. He really went out on a limb on that.
You're from New York City.
Listen.
And you're going to pick the Alabama. Cool. That's what's up, man.
For this season, I mean, I look at the SEC.
For this season, like that's not the simple pick. Oh, who's that one? Alabama.
Number 1, Alabama. That's his
Listen. Basically, what the NCAA needs to do is they need to get rid of everybody else and just make SEC football the NCAA.
Yeah. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, we thank you very much for coming and seeing us at Real Talk Sports.
I'm not a fan of this NCAA season. I mean, who's going to be in the BCS championship? Alabama versus Kansas State? That's a terrible fucking game. Nobody wants to watch that.
Kansas State isn't going. They're not going to hold.
Who's going to go? Notre Dame. Yeah. Oh, I'm so scared.
Yeah.
Notre Dame.
Might be Notre Dame.
We're gonna get all the Catholic butt fucking pastors and priests watching the game.
Jesus has been a bit of somebody.
Jerry Sandusky and his family will be.
I gotta get you a drink. You need a B&B right
drink
now.
and a woman.
Yeah, damn.
What do you need a woman for, man? Get out of here.
What do you mean? What do you need a woman for? Luke, you gotta talk
I thought I explained this whole shit to you, man.
Shit.
No, I'm talking about that. I got what I need.
Real Talk Sports. This is pod 17. We're talking about NFL.
My woman
Week
situation
9.
straight, man. Don't come with me.
I don't know who Vinny is today. I thought he was Stevie. I thought he was Ray Charles. He's the big bad wolf right now. I don't know what's going on with his life. So we appreciate y'all. Check us out on Facebook, Twitter, Orchid, and we are coming to you on more sites as soon as we can get on them. I'm Scott Baker. Thank you guys for dealing with us and our attitudes today, because we've been a bit ornery more than usual.
What's that supposed to mean?
And I'm gonna let the rest of the team sign off. I think I'm good. I've said enough. My mouth is dry.
Hey man, it's Vinny, aka V Kid That Dude. Follow me on Twitter. Top Show Sports Talk. Shout out to the guys on Top Show Sports Talk.
Right.
We always out here. I want somebody to debate with me, man. Like, I know I come up with some crazy. I say some crazy shit sometimes. Somebody stop me, or else I'm gonna just go off the deep end.
Yeah, he's already went. And I'm sorry, one more shout out. We're in a new group on Facebook called The Loop. Check us out. It's a public group, and all of our shows will be posted there. So if you have a problem finding any shows, we're trying to make it easier for y'all to find us, man.
Yeah, just open the window and we'll tell you. We'll be shouting in the streets. Telling you how to watch the shows and listen to the shows. We're gonna see if we can make things a little bit simpler for our audience.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna leave you with one last thing,
Leave us with something, Lou.
which is the words of Wayne W. Dyer, which is simply change the way you look at things, and the things you look at change.
That's real, man.
Hey man, go vote, man. 2012 election, man, is here. Let's go vote, everybody.
No excuses, folks.
No
Let's
excuse.
vote.
Real Talk Sports. We out of here.